U.S. stock market staged a huge comeback today after futures and overseas markets plunged overnight. Now, that uncertainty is believed to be related to the unexpected victory by Donald Trump. But how will these ups and downs affect you ultimately? Today, we have Kevin Taylor here from Ameriprise Financial. Talk about what has happened with the financial markets over the last 24 hours. I think I saw at its worst last night, and correct me if I'm wrong, futures were down like 800 points at one point.
And I was awake for that. And what started out as an 800-point drop turned into and ended the day as the market hit new highs and up 250 points.
So explain that.
Well, I think what happened is that people were not taking Donald Trump very seriously, but very literally, and now it's flipped. Taking him more seriously because he's our next president, and not so literally when it comes to economic issues. So I think people loosened up, saw that there's a Republican president and both houses of Congress.
Right, right. Did clients of yours call you today, or was there any
Remarkably
concerns?
so, the only call I got was, "How are you doing?" calling me. And because we see a public that has been through 2008, if you're old enough, you've been through the early 2000s, and we've seen plenty of volatility. This volatility is just like all the others, maybe for a different reason, but it's just the same to any investor who is patient and is looking at the long term.
Okay, so that being said then, you saw a nice little bump today. Are you concerned about any more volatility as we head into Trump actually taking
Do not be
office?
surprised with more volatility, but don't be concerned from it either, because the volatility probably isn't coming from anything very systemic or deeply rooted in a bad economy. It's simply people panicking for not necessarily the best reasons.
Okay. All right. So what about what this might mean down the future for us? Retirement reasons, mortgage rate reasons, perhaps?
I think a lot of people are going, who knows, but in the most recent survey by Reuters of economists, about 80% of them believe we're going to begin seeing interest rate increases as early as December, which will mean a gradual tick up in what we pay for mortgages and those kinds of things. And that isn't necessarily a Trump thing or even a Clinton thing. It's just a thing that we better be braced for.
They actually sort of said they postponed any sort of mortgage rate ups or downs until December, didn't they?
That's right. And so expect that in December. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but just make sure if you're a long-term patient investor, weather these kinds of storms with proper planning and not trying to make a killing in your portfolio. Bore yourself to wealth is what I say.
Bore yourself to wealth. That's a good one to go by. I like that a whole lot. Kevin Taylor, you're always a joy to chat with.
Thank you.
Glad it ended well today. Kevin Taylor
I.
from Ameriprise Financial. Thanks again.
Now your Storm Track 5 forecast.